my lap, so that's all good. This is a fantastic setting here at Boyles Hill Road. I have the honor of announcing the Rising Star Award for 2019. I'd like to pay homage to our hosts, the Shroth family, here at Jackson Hole Winery, and I'm going to compare the Rising Star recipient to some particular wines. Like wine, we realtors have many different varietals. Some big and bold, while others can be light and delicate. On occasion, you may get a bad vintage, but that is very rare here in Teton County. Right? Right? Well, moving on, the Rising Star of Realtors, when compared to a wine, would be akin to a Beaujolais Nouveau. Does everyone know what that is? I don't even speak French.
New Beaujolais. It's young.
This wine is released shortly after harvest and can be described as having a light-hearted, playful demeanor, an intense concentration of flavor, a young, fruity style. To be enjoyed, not analyzed, consumed, not sipped. The traditional release date for the Beaujolais Nouveau is the third Thursday of November. We bumped up the release date of our Realtor Nouveau by a couple months to today. Our nominee, Sierra Thomas, grew up in Jackson. Most of her life revolves around the outdoors and the community. She made her way back to Jackson after receiving her bachelor's degree in international studies and Mandarin. From the University of Wyoming. She volunteers at Old Bill's and is a trustee at the Elks Lodge. She is one of the youngest Sotheby's agents. She is co-developer of Creekside Meadows in Driggs and handles the city council presentation for the development. She has just purchased a lot and plans to build her own home. She's been very active in volunteering with Tibor. She's a member of the scholarship committee. She's always very willing to help out wherever she is needed. She's worked at a booth at the home show, helped with the 4th of July parade, and sat at the RPAC table at the annual luncheon. She also helps with the town cleanup in the spring and the fall. How about a hand for Sierra? Another nominee is Diana Dragancha. Diana has gained experience in hospitality sales and marketing at 2 luxury hotels and a vacation rental company. She joins Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in January 2016. Service and meeting clients' needs are her top priorities, and her sense of urgency to exceed their expectation is ever present. Clients appreciate her knowledge of the market and her extensive negotiating expertise. Diana enjoys building relationships and connecting people to their piece of Jackson Hole lifestyle, welcoming newcomers and old-timers alike to the dynamic community. Diana holds a bachelor's degree in business management and administration from the Academy of Economic Studies in Moldova. She is a member of the National Association of Realtors and Teton Board of Realtors. She is on the Tibor Public Relations Committee and focuses on helping build our business partner member program, or affiliates, also known as. She's always willing to help out, and she's helped out with the 4th of July parade. That brings our last nominee, Matt Varsha, the tallest of the 3 nominees. Matt's westward travels from his hometown in Atlanta, Georgia began with his admission to the University of Colorado in Boulder, where he became an avid skier and fell in love with both the Western lifestyle in general and the Teton Range backcountry in particular. He is a familiar face both on the local slopes in the winter as well as the Snake River in the summer, where he's an accomplished whitewater raft guide as well as a veteran racing driver and instructor.
Yeah, that's right.
Who knew that?
I did.
I didn't know that.
Check out my videos on YouTube.
The racing ones?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
awesome. Yeah, they're really good.
I've seen it.
Well, to expound on that, Matt grew up in a motorsports family. In his teenage years, Matt was a top driver of some of the America's premier open-wheeled race series, winning multiple races as well as a national championship. Wow.
Yeah.
Matt's hopes were to one day make it to the Indy 500. After high school, Matt decided to push away from the grind of the life in the fast lane and put more emphasis on school and other interests outside of sports. After completing school and moving to Jackson in 2010, Matt has experienced a broad spectrum of residential living options both in town and in the surrounding areas, as well as developing an encyclopedic knowledge of hospitality options he is happy to share with new arrivals. Matt is co-chair of our Public Relations Committee. He organizes our home show, town cleanup, 4th of July parade, and more. He always has a positive attitude and helps where help is needed. Always with that smile. And this year's let's get a big hand for all three of them. And this year's Rising Star Award recipient is, drum roll. That sounds more like a cat call, but I like it. Diana Dragancha. Let's raise our glasses and toast to Diana. Realtor Novu. Oh! Got it.
So I wasn't prepared to say anything because this is very unexpected. I did not expect to be the winner. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
I think it should go to my parents because 11 years ago when I moved here, I paid a big price just moving away to a different continent by myself, and so all the holidays and every time when I want to be with my parents, I'm not with them. So I think this should be also for them, and they are the reason, my motivation that makes me wake up and go every morning. If that, so my family, so it should be them, and also my husband.
Awesome.
My husband, who's patient, and when I have to write contracts, 11 until like 11 at night, because for me with my language and everything takes a little bit longer than it should be, so I work a little bit more probably than a normal American that speaks the language, because I have to sometimes look and translate and all of that. So thanks to my husband that he's patient and is taking care of the family while I do that. Yeah, that's unexpected. That's my office. My office have the biggest part, and that's a big support that I had over the years. I think I was so lucky to be with you guys.
Sarah, congratulations. Matt, congratulations.